We're live on YouTube. 1 second. Facebook's not playing the game. We should be going live in a minute. Please, please, please. Hello, hello, hello. 1 second, folks. Just making sure it goes up in both locations. Very important. Takes a few seconds. Hey, there we are. Right, hi everyone. We're here. So a fortnight ago, we made this beautiful page. It is not a bundle yet, but I'm making it tonight. I have nicknamed it the hot chocolate waterfall. Some people think it's coffee. It's up to you. I'm a hot chocolate girl personally, but I understand where the coffee thing comes from. I really do. My dad loves coffee, so you know. So does my mum too. Anyway, let's move on. So, new page, new rice paper. So for those of you who haven't seen, this is part of the Fantasyland collection from Scrapbook Fantasies. And look how amazing it is. So, my plan tonight is to use this as a background and to come in and really accentuate the flowers and the leaves and a bit of script, you know. Nice, nice, nice things. So let's come in and get our... Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Do you have a spot?
Yes, I do.
27.90 then?
How about a thanks? And a short-lived promise that I'll remember my water next time. There we go. So let's come in, like I was saying, and let's feather our rice paper. Oh, hello, Diana. So coming in, that is thunder, so we are going to move quite fast tonight. Just as a heads up, I've got plans. I know what I want to do, but we'll see how long the internet holds.
Great game.
Here we go. So let's come in.
You went to bed against you.
Here we go. We're gonna come in and feather this. I am a great whisperer of rain and holder offerer. We can do this. The internet will hold because it is Mixed Media Monday. So let's come in and keep going around. So we're just going to feather the large outside and then we'll go in between the two rice papers. It's just easier to work on a whole with the rice papers. Oh, hello, Di. So there we go. And then just coming across. So there we go. Okay, so the main bit is just to try and get the edge off. Then let's come in. Focus on this one. Here. There you go. And then let's come and pull out this one. There we are. Look at that. Two backgrounds. Now, do we want to do that one there or do we want to do it this way? It's up to you guys, whatever way you think is best. But let's pull out our palette. We might actually bring you down a level just so you can see a bit clearer. How's that? I feel like that is a bit better on the whole, that level there. Especially for mixed media. Our spine is getting a little bit... I actually have to do some work on this one. Let's just see if we can give it a bit of a stretch now before we start gluing. So we just come in. See how it's sitting like that? We come in and we pull a few of these pages apart, and then what we do is we just stretch that one. And we come down the bottom. And we do the same thing. So I'm just sliding my finger into the spine there. Just giving it a bit of a good stretch. There we go, that's a bit better. The Mont ones have a bit of a give. That's why we use them. So did we agree this way, or do you reckon we go with this way? Which way should we put our rice paper down? Let's get out our gesso brush and come in.
Oh dear.
I'm thinking this way. Let's have a go. Shall we? So just gonna come in, and with our Deco Podge from Montmart, which is a very thin version of the gel medium. If you're going to use thick texture, I still don't suggest this, but this one here, definitely. Just going to come in, put that one down there, and we're going to paint a layer of glue over top of that in a second. Make sure there's no air bubbles. It's getting fairly hot here, so we want to make sure that we don't have any air bubbles in any of our work. There we go. And then put that one down there. Like so. Nice. Also with the Deco Podge too, the rice paper really does take on the texture of the paper below, which is what I love. So let's come in and give these good coating. There we go. Nice and sealed. Step 1. Step 2 is I kind of want to make these look like it's in like a forest frame, if that makes sense. And we're going to do that by coming in and using our border stencils. I just need to grab the ones I'm thinking of. Did use these in a kids class today, so 1 second. They're not exactly in any order at the moment, which is very much my fault. That's what I'm looking for. Here we are. I'm looking for this lovely leaf sprig one here. And then what we need in our palette here is we need some of our sap green and teal acrylic inks. This won't make much sense right this minute, but it will soon. Okay. There we go. And then a tingy bit of modeling paste in the pot next to it. Once we get it open. Oh my gosh. I've glued the seal together again. Always the case, isn't it? Alright, let's come in. and grab out some of that modelling paste. There we go. And then let's put the lid back on the modelling paste if I can. Where have I? Oh, look. There's the culprit there. Found it. Let's come in and get rid of that. That should make it a whole lot easier. Look at that. So much easier. Okay, so let's come in and do this. So we're going to use our modeling, our blending brush, and go from the very outside bit, so from the very inside where we want it to go, all the way to the outside, but changing with the colour. Now that probably doesn't make sense right this minute, but it will in a few moments' time. Once we get on a few layers. So starting with the darkest colour we're going to use, you definitely want to make sure that your rice paper is dry when doing this step and the glue is not tacky. Go, and then we just need a little bit more up here before we go on to the next colour. So we're just going to keep so it's just the recipe's 1 to 2 drops of saf green to 1 to 2 drops of teal. Once again, like I said, I'm just coming in and making kind of like the baseline of where I want my darkest colours to be in my forest frame. There we go. So now I'll just put one there as well. Now what we're going to come and do is we're going to add a smidge bit of white to our pot just there. Mix it in, and it's going to make it, I'm trying to do it so you guys can see it, but I'm right-handed, so I actually need to move it. There we go. I'm going to make it a tinge lighter. There we go, and then we come in and grab that one and just mix it in there. Go. Mix it in. There we are. And then we do need to make up a bit more of that colour. So what we might do is we might actually put like 3 drops there. So starting to add a bit of that dimension by putting in that second wave of colour. So just coming in. We did put a fair bit more liquid in this time round, so we might actually need fair amount of the modeling paste. There we go. So then just coming in, and we're going to go below, so closer to the edge than what our previous frame bits were. Or stenciling was. So then we get that little bit dimension and color. And just come in. And then let's use straight out of the white pot there. So we've got this sort of minty color. There we are. That sort of a minty color coming on. We'll first do it. I'm just applying this with the blending brush, so it's a nice light layering of paint. It's not like an overworked amount. There we go. Go, and then okay. So there's that frame there. What do we all think of that? And then we're going to wait for it to dry a little bit, and we're going to come and do a few little like outlines, I think, in black with the stencil just separately. There we go. See, definitely worth it. It just grabs that frame. Like, we might be able to move you in slightly closer again. How's that's a bit close, sorry. We need to be able to see the full arch. There we go. So you can see now that full reef type look there. Looks amazing. So we're going to put our blending brush into the water tub there to soak for a few minutes because we used it with modeling paste, which it's not its natural use. Okay, and then let's grab out this one of our brush. We actually want to come and fill in this bit, which is a very close match to our teal acrylic ink. So I'm just going to grab a little bit of water on the tip of my brush from my pot there, my water jar, which is literally a jam jar. We're just going to come in and add that teal in. And then use water to blend it out. There we go. And then we just grab a bit more of the teal. Come and add it a little bit over here as well. Just in a few choice areas, then it looks quite natural, the colour on the page that's in the centre there. We're just going around our wings. A little bit there. Grabbing a bit of water. And blending it into the girl's hair there a little bit more. And I think you'll find so nicely blended. Teal. And it looks like it belongs. And then what we want to do is it still looks a little bit white there for my liking. So, oh, thank you. I figured you like this one, Karen. What we want to do is, where's that black? We're going to add a tinge. I like these acrylic inks because I can just add a tinge of the ink down and it actually takes on the base color of it. So I can add a tinge of this black acrylic paint on, like black acrylic ink on, and it actually takes on the teal acrylic ink that I've already put down. It's kind of like a backwards way of going about it, but it makes it look so well blended in. And if we just come in and blend that bit in with the finger, how is that? You never would guess, hey, that it's a separate page. Look at that. Yay! Actually looks really good. Okay. So, now we've got this like storybook theme going. I really want to come in and flick some teal on there and then and really come back in with these flowers, but go all across the page, I think. So let me just come in with a bit of water on a fan brush. And then just have them coming across the full entirety. There we go. And then, now that our edge is pretty much nearly dry, we're just going to heat it a little bit with the heat tool. Let me know if it does cut it up, by the way. It is now raining here, so I am fully aware that we are on borrowed time of the internet. Where did that come in? Okay. So I was making sure that the teal didn't affect the spine the whole way through, like it didn't seep through, but it hasn't, so it's perfect. And then let's get out our Montmartre the fine end of our Mont paint black pen, black paint pen. Words. Let's work, please. Okay, and then we're going to put down our stencil. I'm actually going to move some of the stuff out of the way because I'm a little bit caged in right here. I'm going to get you a teensy bit closer. There we go. If we come in, just remembering that mine is significantly wet. Well, it's still wet underneath. It's dry to touch, but it's not fully dry. So if you are going to do this at home, definitely leave it a couple of days. Like, or leave it a day or half a day. Like, do some in the morning, then come back in the afternoon. You know? Mixed media shouldn't be a thing that you rush. Should be a thing that you just let flow. Just want to let it flow. Okay. So one down there. And if we come and do 3 of these, and do one over here now. So I got a bit of rice paper stuck on there. There we go, there's that one there. They might seem really light, but it definitely adds to the page. Just trust me on that one. Now let's come in and do a little bit across there. And then let's lift just slightly so you can see them all. There you go. Look at that. Oh, hi, Dad. So, as you can see, it's a little bit faint, the black marker, but looks beautiful. And then I'm actually going to come and do, so I'm going to use this leaf stamp. I don't know if we've ever used in class, but it's been released for nearly a year now. I don't think we've ever used it though. Leaf number 2, mixed media stamp with a bit of our leftover modeling paste and acrylic ink mix, and just do a few sponged on, and then we can even lighten the color up a little bit, you know, so just coming in and making a slightly lighter color, and just getting, oh, that's a rustle out of one of my brushes. And then coming in. And just adding a few of these leaves around the edge. It definitely comes in. And gives it a bit more, I personally think, depth, but it's up to you guys to decide what you think. Then I might just use the X that I've got on my finger and just maybe grab a little bit more. And just ink the edge slightly. And then there we go. Just a little bit over here now. Just slightly coming out of that moon. Just a little bit out of that flower there. Just gives it a tinge a bit more. And then let's come and add in. Oh, thank you, Karis. I'm just going to come and add in some white flowers back in because there was a little bit of white flowers with gold centers, and I think we're going to use this gold glitter to add our centers back in. But I want our flowers to have a bit of body to them, so I'm actually going to use modeling paste. But we are going to scoop it out so we don't get any cross-contamination in the tub because, yeah, no. So let's come in. Grab out a bit of that. There. I don't know if you guys can see that. There we go. It's in that one. Third from the bottom. Righty-o. And then what we want, what we need is, just thinking what style paintbrush might be best for this. Where's our... We are using it with modeling paste, but we want the flowers to be small and pretty. 1 second. Just deciding which paintbrush will be better. Probably this one here, I reckon, will be our best paintbrush to use. Okay, let's come in. Actually, no, it makes it look a little bit too That maybe skinny is best. I'm just having a bit of a try. We'll have a bit of a try up here. Yeah, that works. Okay, that's the perfect size. Skinny brush. Very skinny brush. Okay. Let's move you down so you can see this. We might have to work upside down too. Upside down, Miss Jane. Okay, here we go. It's going to be a bit confusing for a few minutes. Do you have a little flower stamp for those of us who are still working out how to draw just paint straight lines? It's okay. These are, I might make these into a little stamp. I don't have one at the moment, but I might make a little stamp like this. However, these are going to be very simple. Just four little lines. But I can make this into a stamp more than likely. Draw it up and have a go. And then a few over on our other page now. Oh, thank you. Yeah, the phone stamp trio could work as well. In this one here. It depends. You could just use the small one of that one on that stamp. You like? Yeah. The flower too is a bit of a different style to the one that we're using tonight. I could actually think these would make a very nice stamp, so I will add it to the list. I have a very long list currently right now on my iPad. I'm going to get to after the 20th of October. And that may seem very specific, and it is because that's my day of my last exam for uni this semester. Just being a little bit realistic about my time. Okay. Now we obviously don't want to go overboard, which is a little bit easy to do when you have your art journal facing upside down. So I think we're just going to spin it and then lift up slightly. So we can see what we're doing. So I do think we need, now looking at it up this way, I think we need one here, 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 and one more there, and one up there. There we go. Maybe one here, perhaps. Right, and then the finishing touch to the flowers. Oh, hi Dee. It's gonna be, just gonna make sure it's working. Yes. This gold glitter. I just realized you couldn't see my fingers then. I'm so sorry. Okay, so let's come in and just doing a dollop or a pearl of gold glitter in the center of all of our flowers. This is just using the Stickles gold glitter. And then just coming in and doing it on these ones. And then I think we might be done nearly. Looks like the internet held out for us. Yay! The internet was nice tonight. Yay! Living hope this page is coming out. Can't wait to see. I know this Fantasyland, it is stunning. We actually, because the paper hasn't arrived yet due to some not so uncommon shipping issues that we all face. We still have bookings open, which is pretty rare considering how close the retreat is. Though I think you might have to call up if you just want the virtual package. So, it's up to you guys, but yeah, I love it. I'm just gonna do a few small twigs here and there with the black pen. You might not see too much of it, but yeah, it's just to add some of that whimsiness to it. And just activate the white pen. Last time we did it through wet glue, so of course it needs a bit more activation, unfortunately. Happens. Just a few dots there. Dots here, and then some little fake scripty bits like the other side. But up further. And then a few dots up here. It's just very minimal. Little bits and pieces. And there we go. I think that's tonight's class. It's just like saying done to me. Look, I'm gonna lower that a bit more. Let's just give you slightly bit of a close-up there. Look at that. What do we think? Yes, Diana, you have ordered this rice paper. Mum printed 2 when she printed yours off the printer, so I got 1 and your order got 1. It is actually all finished to that order, which is amazing. Thank you all. Oh, thank you. So this is tonight's class. This week we have our normal weekly classes, which are now in the Creative Hub, on Wednesdays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. So be there or be square. And then we have the Friday Night Live, which Mum will be teaching Elisa. And it is gonna be a cool one. So yeah. Thank you all for coming, and don't forget we have my parents' 30th anniversary is tomorrow. Their 30th wedding anniversary. They're so hunky dory for us kids. It's amazing. It's something to aspire to, really, for us kids. But anyway, in celebration of that, we're doing a 30% off sale. So don't forget to go to the website and get some goodies. But yeah, thank you all for coming, and we'll see you throughout the week. Have a wonderful week, everyone. Bye. Thank you for coming. Bye.